So we started taking out Lily's locks about 2 months ago, probably.
Yeah.
We are on the very, very last one. It's taken a long time. We started at the back, and it was easiest to hide it by just putting it back in a ponytail with our other locks over it. As we worked our way up, I'd kind of like style the locks up in a bun or something and have the rest down. But anyway, so we have spent Christmas break playing a lot of phone games, and I've been watching a lot of Madam Secretary.
Watching Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. We watched all the Lord of the Rings movies while we're working on these. So basically, we started these. It's been 5 years. So this is a 5-year-old lock here. You can tell it is pretty long. They've been trimmed a couple times, but I don't know. I think probably when we started, your hair was, I don't know, it might have been stretched out about that long.
It was a little bit smaller.
Yeah. So we started with a latching method, and then eventually we got
See, like right there, and then she was like, "Hey, this is actually undoing your hair."
Yeah, we started with a lock lady, and she also used the latch method. Our last lock lady, that lady moved out of town. Our last lock lady used palm rolling. So all of her locks are a combination of latching and palm rolling. They weren't just one or the other. They were various sizes. Some were really thin, like a couple millimeters thick. Those took longer to take out. So ones like this, this is about probably 3 to 4 millimeters thick. These are a little easier to take out. So basically all you're going to need, we wind up usually cutting the ends off of each one. We usually just cut a couple inches off, just because it's easier to get it going when you do that. And the only things you're going to need, a spray bottle, you got to keep it wet, a rat tail comb, this is what you're going to use pretty much the whole time, and a lot of conditioner. So I didn't know how much we were going to use. It does not have to be an expensive conditioner. We just used Suave just to spray it and moisturize it, so that when you're using the latch, or I'm sorry, the rat tail comb, you can just pick it out and it stays moisturized and it comes right out. So basically, once it's moisturized, you just start picking away. And you're gonna get a lot of shedding. It's really normal to have some hair that sheds. It might look like a ton when it comes out. You're probably gonna lose a little bit of length, but nothing crazy. Basically, you're just gonna find a spot in there just to stick the end of the comb in and just work it out. You'll find little pieces of hair all over the place after doing this, but it's worth it. So even though we did get a lot of shedding in this, we were able to keep most of the length. I mean, that's still really long. So one of the reasons we did do trimming as we were going is just to take off some of the time that it took to go through each one, because the quickest one I was ever able to get took me 20 minutes. They probably averaged 30 minutes each. Some of them were 40 if they were really hard. But we wanted it long enough to pull up in a ponytail so that we could go, she can get whatever hairstyle she wants. You know, if we want to go get it braided or whatever we want to do. Afro. She says she wants to have an afro for a little bit, but I know we want to get some cute braids. But so that was why we took them out. But we had them about 5 years, and anyway, it took a very, very, very long time, but we just spread it out over school holidays. Thanksgiving and Christmas break, and
New Year's.
New Year's.
Like after New Year's Eve.
Right, so it's very doable. Don't let anyone say it's not doable, but it is very time consuming. So, and it is possible to take it out without losing your length. So you do not have to cut it all off to start over. So, anyway.